Hi everyone, Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, mystic, actress, reality TV personality. Yes, and I am a mystic. I am such a spiritual person. I really am. And I've always kind of looked at life, I think, well, for the most part of my life, from a spiritual perspective, and I feel that I've been really connected to my spirit and to the ultimate spirit, that life source, God. Um, and I've had experiences like from a really, really young age. I've had different, what I would consider spiritual experiences. I've even had some outer body experiences. And so I just know like we're so much more than just this physical, than our physical self. Um, and, I do believe like body, mind, and soul. It's like in this realm on the planet, like our beingness is really the three things: body, mind, and soul. Um, I do think from time to time, like, oh my God, like when we die, what will happen? Like, I really do. I believe that there's so much more beyond this. Like some people, how they just feel like this is it. Like when you die, it's over. There's nothingness. But I don't know. I can't wrap my mind around that, especially based on the fact that we live in such a huge existence. Like there's so many different universes upon universes. And I just think that like there's gotta be more. But it is a question that I ask myself, and I wonder, like, God, when you die, like, what happens and how the whole experience is when you're actually transitioning from the physical to the non-physical, and what happens after. And the few spiritual experiences I've had, I mean, they've all been good. Like, I mean, really, I would say loving, uh, peaceful uh, experiences. Like I never felt like, oh my God, it's horrible. Like, oh, it's always been like a positive experience for me. I know there's some scientists that say, oh, well, when stuff like that happens, it's because something with the brain and it makes you see like these lights and all of that. But I don't know. Some of that stuff that I experienced was just so real. It felt so real. So, but maybe we're not supposed to know what exactly happens after we die. Like, can you imagine if we knew, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's paradise. You'll just feel absolutely wonderful. There's just like an overwhelming sense of love and peace and joy, and it's fantastic. The minute life got hard here, and especially really hard, like I can think of shit in my life that I went through that I did really feel like giving up. But I think the not knowing for sure is divinely orchestrated. I really do. Because us not knowing for sure, it gives us, in most cases, I mean, some people do throw in the towel and commit suicide, but I would say in most cases, it gives us the drive to continue living this life. So I think about like loved ones that have passed away, and I wonder like where their energy is. Because I know the body's gone, it rots, it deteriorates, but there's that energy that lives in us, that vibrational energy force that gives us life. And I remember going to my dad's funeral and looking at him in the coffin and like seeing his body and his image, but knowing that the thing that made him who he was wasn't there anymore. It was like an empty shell, an empty box. And so I think about loved ones like him and wonder where they are, where they went, where their energy went. And um, I know when my dad died, there were some things that happened. And it's funny when these things happen, oftentimes we want to chalk it up to coincidence, but it's not. It's not. Because for that matter, why wouldn't they happen all the time? But I guess that's just us doubting, like the doubting part of us wants to say, well, maybe that was just a coincidence. And I know my mom said when my dad passed away, the electricity in the house was going haywire. Like light bulbs were flickering and that sort of thing. And I just really felt my dad's presence so strongly. I had a wonderful dream about him, and it just kind of, I think maybe they come to us in ways that they know that we will connect, like the individual person will connect. Um, I remember my dad was a cricketer. He loved to play the English game of cricket. And in the dream, I was at the cricket field that we used to go to growing up. And I was little. I was kind of like a kid again in my dream. And I'm like walking and looking at the wall where they used to have pictures of like past cricketers that were, members of the cricket club and had passed away. And I'm walking along the wall, and the last picture I get to is a picture of my dad. And he was young, like vibrant, young, handsome. It was him as a young man, and he was sitting on a bench, and he had his cricket gear on with the bat, his cricket bat. And he looked at me through the picture, and he kind of like nodded his head and winked his eye. And that like told me, okay, wherever he is, he's okay. He's letting me know that he's happy. Because my mom always said he was married to cricket first before her. Like cricket was his first wife and my mom was the second because he loved it so much. So yeah, I do wonder, and I know that day will come for all of us. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. Everyone has a reason and a season, and that day comes where it will be your last day here in the physical on the planet. And so I just, I wonder. Some of you all may have seen a video that I did back in April about a good friend of mine named Sandy who passed away. She didn't pass away of COVID. She was on dialysis and she had been really sick. And she was just so tired. And so the week before, actually the week that she died, my birthday is April 7th. And she died like, I think it was on a Friday. It's like around the 16th, something like that. And she said to me, did you get my birthday card I sent you? And I said, no. She's like, you should have got it by now because I mailed it like a week before your birthday. So I'm like, that's strange. I never got it. So anyway, then she ends up passing away later in the week. And I completely forgot about the card. And so, she's been gone like 3 months now. And I think about her, from time to time, and I do miss her a lot. But as the days go on, it gets easier. Like I was just like in the beginning, like a mess, just so emotional and crying a lot over her, the loss of her. But then, I was like, no, but she's still around. Like there's just certain things like I that will happen, or I'll hear a song, or I'll see something or whatever that just makes me feel like she's giving me signs, to let me know that she's around. But her birthday was this week. It was the 21st of July, the 21st of July. And on the 20th, Monday, I went to my mailbox in the morning to check my mail. And I opened the box, and I have mostly it was junk mail, but then I see a card. And I grab the card and I look, and it's from Sandy. I broke down right away. I couldn't believe it. And I don't know what must have happened, but to just the timing of everything, to get her to receive her card the day before her birthday. And it was my birthday card she was sending, and just such a beautiful card. She says, "Here's to the woman who's not afraid of anything." I don't know if she's right about that, but not the world and its unknowns, not the hard work it takes to make dreams come true. Definitely not another birthday. Here's to the woman who makes her own way, living every moment to the fullest. Here's to you. Love, Sandy. And the card was kind of thick, so I'm like, "Sandy, you didn't send me money, did you?" And I opened the card, and no, there wasn't any money in there. But really, I mean, can you put a price on this? Now, she mailed this a week before my birthday in April. Here it is, the end of July, and I'm just receiving this card. It's stuff like this. Now, whatever happened to make that happen, I don't know, but the timing of it, it's stuff like this that helps me to believe that there's so much more beyond this life, and that our loved ones, our family and friends, the people that touch our lives, that they do live on. They live on in some form. Because, what does physics prove? That energy never dies. And we're living vibrational energy. It just changes form. So, of course, I broke down crying when I saw the card. You see, I'm crying now, but I just had to share this with you all. If I can help it, I'll never throw this card away. And it just, it's a wonderful gift to me. A wonderful gift of affirmation for me. So on that note, love, peace, happiness, prosperity, good health, many wonderful blessings, all that is good to you all. And reach out to your loved ones, the ones that have gone, and definitely the ones that are still here. People say, "Don't give me roses at my funeral, give me roses while I'm alive," so definitely reach out to the ones that you love and the ones that have gone. I don't know. I think they hear us. They feel us. Yeah, I really do. That connection doesn't die. Bye.